We're going to take some of the Dollar Tree burlap, some of their sand dollars, 3 of them, and 1 of the long board signs. You could use really any kind of board sign you could find from the Dollar Tree. Again, I want to work with an odd number on the sand dollars. And so I think 3 will fit on this size sign well, but the reason you can use anything is because I'm going to cover it with burlap anyway. But I do like the light wood frame on that one. So this is just Dollar Tree burlap. I guess you could probably use some of the printed one if you wanted. I kind of wanted simplicity on this project. But I'm going to have to kind of iron it first to be able to have a flat piece of burlap because the way they have it rolled up. So I'm just going to kind of iron this section and cut off what I need to cover the back of that sign. Anytime you do like a burlap with like a white starfish, sand dollar, whatever, looks so coastal, it looks so pretty. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut off a little bit more than I need. And then I'm going to measure my sign so I can I want it to be like raveled at the edges, like, like real burlap does. So I kind of like that. So I'm going to kind of pull off this string there to kind of make it look raveled. And then kind of trim it a little bit because it was a little bit uneven for my first side. And I'll show you the trick that I use to cut burlap really easily. This one, I'm just going to be able to kind of trim it, but for the next one, I'm going to pull a strand. So if you lay it on there and kind of figure out where exactly you want to cut, find that individual strand of burlap, grab a hold of it, and just yank it out. Just a great trick for cutting burlap. And ever since I learned this technique, I always do it because then it gives you a little path right there to cut. So just going to cut all the way up. It's going to give me a straight line. And that looks really cool. So I'm going to do the same thing here at the top. Just pulling my strand and cutting this off. Now, I don't want you to be able to see any glue or anything like that with the burlap. So I'm actually going to use Mod Podge to secure it. And so I'm just going to Mod Podge on the back of the sign. This sign's really pretty. I mean, you could probably get away without the burlap, but I like textures on my DIYs. And this is going to be a great coastal DIY that can go anywhere in my home because you guys know I have every room done in coastal because, hey, I live at the beach. Why not? Now, I just put a nice coat of Mod Podge all over and then just laid the burlap on there. Just going to use a paper towel to kind of dry that off. And have you guys seen the new, you see that little paintbrush that I use, the paint sponge? They have those like in little variety packs with all different kinds of paintbrushes now at Dollar Tree. It's new. I've never seen them before, but I think it's a good deal. Now for the hanger, I'm going to want to switch it to vertical. It was horizontal before, and I always save these little hangers off of the Dollar Tree signs when I don't use them, and so that is what I'm going to use. I just find the center. It has a plenty thick frame that I can screw into, no problem. And just trying to get it centered on there so it's going to hang right. But whenever I can use like a real hanger like this, I'm going to try to do it. Just going to make it look a little bit more professional. So I just screwed that into the back, trying to get it in there all the way. And then we can go ahead and decorate this with sand dollars. So we have the great base. These sand dollars are great. They're not real sand dollars. They're like, I don't know if they're made out of what, resin or plastic, but they're great for crafting because they're not going to break. And they actually are not that gray tint this year. So I picked up a whole case of these online. I have my Dollar Tree link in the description below if you'd like to pick up a case. I still think that they're available by the case. I don't know if the starfish are. A few things have been added, a few things deleted, I think. And then I kind of want them evenly spaced out. So this is about 16 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and mark about 8 inches here. And then I was trying to figure out if I wanted to do like every 4 inches. Then I thought that wouldn't be too good. So I'm going to do like 4.5 inches on both sides and just put a dot there. I think I can kind of do the measurement the other way just by eye. And all I'm going to do is simply hot glue the little sand dollars down. I'm going to start with the center one. I kind of like them with like the long slot there pointing down on these, but how cute is that? I'm going to do the same thing here with the other two. This DIY really doesn't need a lot of fuss. It's just going to be a sand dollar like plank board sign. And I love the skinny signs like this because you can kind of just put this anywhere. My house has like a lot of like skinny walls and areas because it's not like a big house by any means. And this is going to be great. I think I might put this maybe in a bathroom. I think that would look really good. And just gluing those on. So cute, so easy. Just a fun idea you can use these little sand dollars for. And hopefully you're like me and you have a stash of these sand dollars from the last several years at Dollar Tree with the Shore Living line. If you don't, I have been able to find sand dollars for crafting pretty inexpensive on Amazon from time to time, but I have yet to find a substitute for these resin ones from the Dollar Tree. I haven't been able to find any this size like this.